One, and we are live. Hi, everyone. I am here with Manuel, the captain of the German WTC team. And before anything else, because Manuel has not been on this channel before, but I've talked quite a lot about you. um, Manuel was like the first player that I really looked up to, because I was like, oh my god, he's just so good. And we've played like I think 4 games by now, something like that. Us
Oh,
two,
yes, sure,
sort
four
of.
games.
And we've had 2 draws, 1 win for me and 1 win for you. I think
That's
that's
true.
our score right now. So we are what you could call perfect frenemies. I like every tournament I go to where Manuel is there. I'm looking so much forward to the game where we meet up because we know it's going to happen. it
Yes,
did it
yes.
did in the Dutch Nationals, and I mean, yeah. So so I'm really happy to have you on, Manuel. Also, I will say that I think I heard one player describe you as a chess player of a bolt action player. Do you feel
No,
that you
it's
are a
probably
chess
Russell.
player? It was Russell.
Yes.
Yeah. um,
Hello, everyone. Yes, could be. I usually play in my way, and it could say, as you can say, it's like a little bit like chess. Yes, could be.
yes, yes. That's at least how I feel when I play against you. That is definitely like I can see you doing the math of the movements just like a chess player. I can see it in your face, and I can tell what it is that is brilliant. It's amazing to watch. So and Manuel is also, by the way, a very experienced horde player. So you quite often have very high order dice, very body intensive armies. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I love to play a huge number of soldiers' armies, and
Yeah.
for example, shirkers or Japanese or that things that
Mm.
sometimes some people in internet they don't like it, but I don't care. It's my style. I cannot play
Yeah.
veterans, so it's fine for me.
It is your style. It's definitely your style, and
Yes.
I think it takes a lot of practice. People at home, don't try this at home.
No,
Practice first.
it's not wrestling.
It is not. Right. So today we're going to talk about the lists for the Danish Nationals. I've already had Alistair Unicom on the channel to talk about some of the lists, but I really wanted to bring on other people as well, having other perspectives, and so we are going to talk about 8 lists today. Um, the usual format is that I show the list to the viewers at home, and then you give all the commentary about this is a bad list or this is a good list because ooh,
I
are you
am
reading?
well prepared for the analysis.
I think especially that book is going to be really important because a
Oh
lot of
yes,
people are bringing Italians,
yes, that's true.
right?
I think eight, right?
8 people out of
Eight
44,
Italians and nine
which
Soviets, I
is
guess.
there's actually more Italians than there are Germans, which go figure. Italians suddenly became the popular kid.
Well, they were more in Africa than Germans. That's true.
Yes, that is true. Right, I'm going to share screen and we can go and here
Mhm.
I, by the way, for anyone wants to follow, I will link to the folder in the description for this video so you can go and watch the lists for yourselves. We're going to start with Jan Peterson. Now,
Yes.
Jan is a TO here in Denmark and an experienced player. He's also been to several of the international tournaments and he is bringing Italians. um, So he's bringing an inexperienced second lieutenant with an SMG. He's bringing 3 cavalry sections. 2 of them are 7 men. One of is 8, all with veteran, and these are the cavalry. And then a guastatory destruction group with double flamethrowers and rifles. A basiglieri section with rifles and 2 LMGs, which I think is way too expensive, but hey. Um, a medium mortar, regular with a spotter, a sniper, regular, medium artillery piece, howitzer with a spotter, a Sahariana, the AS-42, that I think is the one that can drive through area terrain.
That's true.
Um, it's got a front and right machine gun and a right and rear machine gun, and a light autocannon.
Yes,
Um,
that's true.
and then the M14, which is basically a Stuart tank, like it's an Italian Stuart, a truck, and a Fiat. 13 order dice at 1,200 points. Is that too low for you, Manuel?
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
I know Jan really. So personally, I was sleeping
Mm,
also at his home in a crazy trip with Achilles and Stefan
yeah.
to Denmark
Yeah.
after playing a tournament. About the list, for me, it's impressive that Jan doesn't play Soviet.
Yeah.
First of all,
Yes.
and
Very surprising.
about
Yeah.
the list, Bo, I don't know. What do you think? In my opinion, the cavalry is extreme powerful. So
Yes.
for me, it's a pretty good choice. Also, the
Yep.
number
Mm,
of the unit,
yep.
8, 7. It
Yep.
makes a really good.
It does.
Um,
Very punchy. They have the power
yes,
to do like 1, 2, 3 assaults against hard targets and still continue. Yeah.
yes, very difficult in my opinion to play if you
Yes.
play against a experienced player.
Yeah.
But still, yes, I really like this. What is the best thing for me, the list is the cavalry.
Mm.
I have a little bit of problem with the M1441. Why? Because why don't playing the 1542 with one
Yes.
MMG more?
Yes. I
But
think so too. Yeah. Yeah.
but it's okay. It's a solid list. The
Mm.
Sahariana is also nice. Which
Mm.
is the problem? The problem is it's soft skin. It's
Yes.
a great vehicle, but it's soft skin. If you pay a little bit more, you get the AB41
Yeah.
with a light autocannon. You
Mm.
got the AB40 with
Mm.
2 MMGs, three
Mm.
even with a rear one. It's a nice choice for this tournament. I think is the great it's a great list in my
Yes.
opinion.
Yes.
And
Is there
mhm,
anything
please.
that where
Mhm.
where you would cut it and say, I need more order dice for this list, so I'll cut this unit out?
Yes,
Because I know
exactly like you. Yes,
know you
I know
play
your
Italian,
opinion
so
about that.
yeah.
I know a little bit how do you think, and so it's vice versa with you on
Mm,
my brain.
mm,
Is the versatility section.
yeah.
183 points.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
That
two
is,
LMGs,
yeah.
sure. They shoot really well. They
They
are
do,
veterans.
yes, and they have the range, but at
This is too much.
183, it's too much, isn't it?
We don't have the cash for that.
No, no. I
But
wish
it's
we
Jan.
did.
He
I
he
wish we
likes.
did. And I mean, if that
Yes.
unit was like 120, okay,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
yeah, but
He likes
183,
to play really expensive units. For
he
example, like
does.
the body armor Soviet engineers.
Yes, he does. Yeah,
It's his style, and
it is.
I think he plays it also well. So
Mm,
let's see. I'm going to give him some trust because
yeah.
I like the list, the medium order, and the other little things we didn't talk
Mm,
about that. But
yeah.
yes.
I think also that because the Cavalieri is so new, I think some people are going to be surprised by how it actually works on the battlefield. He might catch a few players with their pants down for this because I mean they are going to be in your back lines. Turn two, they are going to be a threat. Yeah,
Oh, indeed. Then the Wasatori distraction group is also great to flamers.
very, very. Yeah,
It will be probably, we don't know, but it will be in the track.
of
It
course.
seems
Yeah,
it
yeah,
will be in the track.
yeah.
Um, well, this list is fine. Maybe could also have trouble against for sure Paragurkas, but I think there is only
Yeah.
three British players.
Yes, because the EOs for this tournament said that you can only bring 2 units of the same kind, so Paragurkas were basically out. I mean,
Mm.
all the Gurkha players just rage quit and played Italians instead, I guess. Anyways,
Yes, I
I,
understand.
I I still build a Gurkha list for this tournament. 2 units of Gurkhas.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
I'm not going to play in it, but I'm going to have a like a friendly match in one of the evenings, and I was like, okay, I'll build something that I know. I could take my partisans, or I could take my Brits. So I built my Brits because the partisans don't really work in this format for me. They're like single platoon with partisans. Nah, that doesn't work for me.
We have a very strong partisan player here
Yeah,
in Germany. He was Simon, but it's very difficult for me also to play
yeah,
partisans. I have
yeah,
only tried once, and it's not
yeah.
my game.
It is difficult. Right. The next one is Jeremy, and Jeremy is from Sweden. It's coming over,
Mhm,
and he has 17 order dice of Hungarians. So he's bringing the fanatic second lieutenant, regular lieutenant,
mhm.
3-man team. I like that. Border section, so border guards that has the Guardians of the Carpathians. I can't remember what that rule does. Can you?
Oh yes. I guess when they when you deploy them, I guess
Mm.
they got the last dice to deploy. So
Oh,
they
yeah,
did
something like that. Yeah,
after they.
yeah,
I guess it was
yeah.
that.
And he's got two of those home guards. So one of them is an 8-man unit, one of them is a 7-man unit, both regulars. He's got a medic, veteran. He's got assault pioneers, 5 men with flamethrower, 2 Panzerfausts, 3 SMGs, and a rifle. He's got 2 of those sections, really nice. 3 of those sections, wow, that is a lot of flamethrowers. Medium mortar, 3 men, that's a regular one, but no spotter.
Hmm.
Sniper team,
Strange.
yeah. A Pankarem rocket launcher, which is a bazooka basically, a flamethrower. So that's the 4th flamethrower in the list. The Soros Aveto, which is a heavy mortar rocket launcher thing,
Hmm.
multiple.
Hmm.
Um, the CB-35 tankette with 2 MMGs, a Polizei tank, like that one, and trucks, 1, 2, 3 trucks, and that's it. What do we think?
Well, I love Hungarians. I have a huge army, and I like to play them. So to our Swedish colleague, it's my opinion, and as you mentioned once,
Mm,
we are only two guys talking
yeah.
about the list in
Yes.
internet.
Yes. If we don't like your list, sorry, but yeah, we're just dumb
No,
people
so
on the internet. But yeah, yeah.
no, I think it's a good list, but
Mm,
it could be much better. In my opinion, the border wars is the right selection, but not exactly this one. So
no.
you can make a couple of them, Shirkas, for example,
Yeah.
and you get
Save the
more
points.
points.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, yes, and another kind of equipment which I'm not going to mention because it's really obvious, like a flamer. But
Yes.
it's only my opinion. If you want
Yeah.
to go to barbecue, it's fine, but do it properly.
Yeah, yeah, and then put all of your points into the barbecue. I mean, if you're going to go that way, you might as well just go all out and have 5 or 6 flamethrowers in your list, right?
Hmm.
So this is
Well,
this is a little bit of both worlds, basically. He's got a little bit of everything. So
well,
maybe
it's
this
it.
is. Yep.
Mhm.
Sorry, you go.
Please, no, go ahead, please, Bo.
Mm. I think this is a player who wants to have like something to bombard with, something to shoot directly with, something to flamethrower with. So it's more of a mixed bag than I think both you and I normally build lists for.
Hmm.
Um,
Yes.
yeah.
Well, for sure, I like the naval warfare, or I like the bazooka.
Mm,
It's a strange selection for me. The Tankette, the CV 70, I guess.
yeah.
It's nice. Two MMGs and 7 armor is fine.
Mm,
But in my opinion, you got much better options there.
mm.
Um, you
Yes,
can play
and
Turan, for
it's also
example.
just front facing MMGs, right? So you're
Hmm. Yes.
locked into that front, which yeah, that always is annoying a little bit, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice, but it's only nice. It needs a little more punch, I guess,
Yeah.
in my
Yeah.
in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
And the Polizei tank, I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's even better than Stuart.
It is. It basically is. It's really good.
Yes,
I mean,
no
look
reaching.
at all those machine guns. It's just that is a lot of shots.
That's true. Well, it's a nice thing about Hungarians. You can play so two tanks twice, and it's you got so much options. You can think about, I don't know, Panzerwerfer 42. You can think
Mm.
about Kugelblitz.
Yeah.
The Hungarian tanks are really, really good also.
Mm.
It's a question of choice.
Yeah. Right.
I like
So
the tracks, the inexperienced tracks, I have to say. It's
yes,
exactly my way.
yes, me as well. That's also how I would run them. They're very large though, right? They're 12-man capacity, so he can put a
Mm,
lot of people in those. So I'm
yes,
wondering whether he'll put some of the home guards in with the pioneer sections.
yes, perfect for the sectors or
Yes.
double envelopment scenarios,
Yep.
for example.
Mm. Maybe even put a one of his like fanatic 3-man lieutenant in one of the trucks and outflank it, perhaps even. Would you risk that with an inexperienced truck?
Oh, I have to say the truth, no.
No.
Uh, for me, it's too much.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
risky, but not with
Not
Hungarians. But
that risky.
but
Okay.
it's nice. It's a nice list.
Mm, I agree. Then we have Jesper. Now,
Brennan.
Jesper is ringing his U.S. Marine Corps, and he is bringing 2 inexperienced men for his lieutenant. Then he brings regular Marines. 2 of these squads. One of them has got one more pistol, and I think that's the only difference here, right? So 3 BARs in the unit. That's a lot of ranged firepower in this unit, and I mean, it's really large units, 12-man units as well. An air observer, because you can fire twice as American, so that's always nice if it comes and if it hits the enemy and not
The
yourself.
enemy.
Veteran engineers, so a 7-man unit of those, medium mortar, again, no spotter, but regular. I'm not sure about that. Sniper team with a pistol, flamethrower team, bazooka team, war dog team, light howitzer, Jeep, a Sherman M4 that has got the medium AT gun, um, and an LVT water buffalo. Someone has been listening too much to my channel. I'm sorry about that one.
I think you got a follower here, Bo.
Perhaps I don't know what this is. Um, yeah, I'm not sure about the water buffalo. That for me, I think he. Well, I like it when I play it with all the machine guns, so it becomes a second steward in some of my lists.
Mhm.
Like this, I'm not sure. I think it's way overcosted for an HMG and an MMG and 30-man capacity. 170 points. Sorry,
It's
dude.
it's also probably too much. It's
Yeah,
even more than the tank.
it is. I mean,
So
look,
almost, sorry, 15
almost,
points less.
but it
Yeah,
it,
but
and I mean, the Sherman is a 9+ vehicle.
mhm, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Well, perhaps as we always think like we how can we imagine he's
yeah,
going to play that?
yeah.
Perhaps he got a magical strategy or something special with
Yes,
the 30 men capacity in the Buffalo.
he
But
might outflank everything and just like end of turn unload 7 units straight in your face. You never know. That could happen. He's at least going to have his flamethrowers in that one because the Jeep is it's the armored car Jeep.
mhm,
So I think the bazooka team, the flamethrower, and the engineers are all going in that Buffalo.
yes, I agree.
Yeah, 14 order dice. Is this also low? Yeah, I think it is, isn't it?
It, it's 1,200 points is you have to increase your requirement, your dice number
Yeah,
requirements, I guess.
yeah, I think so.
Also,
Yeah.
it's also nice to have marines and pistols, and it's really nice.
Mm,
Let's see what happens with the air observer. I know Jesper. I met him like you
mm,
in the Netherlands, and
yes.
he got the perfect list against me, but he bombards himself. But it always can happen. But if it works, it's a list with potential.
It
Also
is.
not a very really sharp one, but well, maybe it could work.
It, it could work. Although I do think that it was Jesper Winter, which is the next guy that you met in the
Oh, I'm
Netherlands.
sorry.
And he is not bringing his Americans, he's bringing Finnish.
Finnish. Also one of
Yes.
my lovely armies.
That is very unusual for you, isn't it? To play, I mean, Finnish, they don't have any shirkers or horde or what.
No, that's true. That's true. But you can play there also. A Sisu is really nice when you
Yeah.
get your upgrade
Oh yeah.
to better runs.
Yeah, that is very, very good. Right. So he is bringing 16 order dice at 1200. I think this is a better order dice count for me.
And for me as well. Yes.
Yeah. Regular lieutenant, two continuation war rifleman squads, regulars with Panzerfausts, betting on that Sisu upgrade there. I like it. Then he's got CC recon squads, two of those. These are the ones that can, for people who doesn't know the Finns, they can actually go on ambush after having advanced, and because of the Finnish special rule where they get +1 to hit from ambush, they become very very good at shooting. Um, and then a Kaucapascio long distance recon squad here, so 5 men, 120 points for 5 veterans, very expensive. Flamethrower team, sniper team, Panzerschreck, medium mortar with a spotter, regular, an AA heavy autocannon, EA-10 with a light anti-tank gun, a T-28 that's got machine guns, lots of machine guns, and a light howitzer, a horse-drawn limber, and 2 Komsomolets. What do you think?
Well, it's in one side, in one hand is the classical Finnish list because of the tank. The T28
Mm,
is a classical 25 points cheaper than the Soviet one.
yeah.
You got as the BA. You got to only one Kaukopatios unit. For people of the channel who doesn't know about the Kaukopatios, they're the unique unit which
Mm.
can flank from the
From
other
your
side, the
own back
opposite.
line, yeah, which is always bad. I mean, it's having Kaucapascios come in like right behind your heavy howitzer or something. I mean,
Yes.
that dies very very quickly. Yeah.
Well, they are 10 shots at the two.
Hmm.
No? If you don't go
Yeah.
down, if you have shot, it's nice to shoot, but
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much guaranteed kill. Yeah.
yeah, and they arrive also only with a moral value of 10, like
Hmm.
Americans, because
Yeah.
they have a special, the
Yeah.
infantry,
Mm.
Finnish infantry special rule. The CCs,
Yes.
I cannot play them. I have seen Uwe
Mm.
play that
Mm.
in the past. I
Yeah.
cannot play them.
No, me neither.
For sure, they are good, but it's not my style.
No.
I cannot say they are good for sure, but I cannot. I don't have to reveal the secret. I don't know.
Have you ever seen Finnish win tournaments?
Oh yes, I have won a couple of them with.
So it can be done. Yeah.
Yes, but I always play at least two
Yeah.
Kakupatios,
Yeah.
and
Double Calcapaccio. You.
yes, always yes.
Oh, you're insane. I would.
No, what,
I.
one for
I.
the mortar, one for the artillery at least.
You know what? I think actually, if I go back and watch my video on competitive fins, I actually think I said that don't ever bring Calcapacios. They're too expensive for what they do.
Oh,
And you're
they
just
are.
like, I bring two every time. Yeah.
Well, it depends. If so, if Russell said I'm like a chess player,
Mm.
if he sees me playing Finns, he's going to feel
Oh,
like the music increasing
yes. Yes.
because Finns is the perfect army to flank.
Yes, it
So you
is.
can flank really really well,
Yes.
and from the side with the Cosmolets, from
Mm.
behind with the Carcopatios, and in
Yeah.
front of you have the
Yeah.
BA-10
Yeah.
and the T-28. So for me, it's a good army. It's
Yeah.
perhaps
It
not
really is.
the horde like I like to play, but
No, but I can see this being very much a chess kind of army
yes,
where you
that's
have
true. That's true.
different units that can do different things, and basically, like people just for the record, every time that Manuel has flanked against me, he has outflanked me. He has outclevered me every single time. I never can figure out where he's coming from. So
That's true. Just for the record, that's true. But in our last game, he made a master movement with his Stuart, and he outsmarted me with
yeah,
hitting at my rear part of my Stuart. So I have to run. He know it, and after that he make his work also with my poor units without tank support.
True, but I just felt like humiliating myself. I didn't want to talk myself up in front of you. Right. So that was the first four. Then we go to another Swedish player. This is Joel from Sweden,
Mm-hmm.
and he is also bringing Italians. Again, I'm saying that this is again I'm Case Blue is the best book for Italians ever written. That's my claim here.
For Italians, I agree. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Even better than the Western dessert. Yes.
Very much so. Yeah.
Yes.
And that was good. I mean, that really made
Really
Italians
good,
playable.
yes.
But this is much better. So 16 order dice, 1,200 points. Italian reinforced platoon. He's bringing an inexperienced lieutenant. He's bringing Bersaglieris, 7-man Bersaglieris, 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, and a late war Paraducci. I like this setup. I really like this setup. As a skirmish army, this is, I mean, veterans, 7-man units. A medium machine gun team, I don't understand though. That regular medium machine gun team. Medium mortar with a spotter, that I understand. Sniper team,
Me too.
veteran, I like that also because he has the points. He can, like, why not spend it on making his small team survivable? Veteran flamethrower though, if it runs out, it just dies anyway. The anti-tank rifle, regular with that. Light howitzer with a spotter and a gun shield, like that. Auto blinder, that's the AB-41 with the light automatic cannon, coaxial MMG, and a rear-facing MMG. The M15, we talked about that one before. And then an auto preto, which is basically a Hanomag type style thing, right? It's a half-track something.
Even better.
It's
Yep.
wheeled. Yeah.
It's wheeled. It's wheeled. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's even better than a Hanomag, and then a Fiat. Right. What do we think about this one, though?
Well, it's a, a standard list of the new Case Blue Italians, the Bersaglieri option. It's a little bit the good thing about that is that they shoot like Americans, so really crazy with movement as a fire and maneuver. It's pretty good. The tanks are also a right selection for me. AV-41 and the M15. The I would probably put also the pintle mounted on both of them.
Yes.
But because you got 1,200 points, but you can play like he agreed. The artillery is better and with a spotter try to make it last longer.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's only 3 guys, but it could work also with the spotter.
I think there's a problem there because I don't know about you, but most of the time when I lose an artillery piece, it's because a mortar has zeroed in on me, and the gun shield won't really help me with that. So, yeah.
Or your Stuarts. When you shoot with
or
your
the
Stuart on a
stewards would just
Russian heavy
overwhelm me with
anti-tanks.
shots. Yeah, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, but it's also nice. You got also the anti-tank rifle and the light artillery. For sure, they want to try to get this bonus with force to artillery, so force to anti-tank pieces, which re-roll against armor. Very good for the new Italian.
Really good. Yeah.
Yes, and we have the Paracadutisti, the Fallschirmjäger, or the paratroops, if you want to say that in English.
Yeah.
They are fine because of the. I would put there also the third Panzerfaust, but 2 is also okay in the
2 is okay, but if you have the points, take the third. I agree because these are his tank hunters, right? They're the thing that he throws into the auto potato and throws against the Stuart and kills it. I think.
Yes, and then they are stubborn. It's the idea if you want to pay 2 points more for Model 14 for a total, I guess.
Yep.
And then get them fanatics, but it's also a choice. It's also I like the list. It's difficult to play for me. I veterans is not my thing. I repeat, but it's yours.
It is mine. I mean I could very easily play this list. I feel like I would know exactly what each part of this list did, and it would be right. Okay, like right up my alley. No assaulters in this list, but really good skirmish-sized units. Sorry, can you still hear me? Something?
Yes, yes.
Can you hear me?
No, yes.
Okay, no,
It's
my
okay.
my mic just said something weird. No, I was just the only worry is like 7-man veterans with rifles. Is the damage output that they're going to deliver enough? Maybe not, but they are going to deliver pins and they're going to survive most things that the enemy
Mostly,
throws at. Yeah, yeah.
yes.
I'm sorry, I have to say this. I don't understand the medium machine gun.
Well, probably he tried to. As I can imagine, he can try to defend the flank with that.
Yeah, he could. Yeah.
It's at least it's a good idea. But well, if I play that, I play that in experience.
Yes, me too. Always, 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 always. Right.
But also a good list, Joel. Yes.
Yes. So lots of good lists here. None of them are like bad, actually. I
No,
mean,
no good list. No.
Jan's of course is bad just because Jan is playing it, but no. Right,
He's a
and then we
soldier,
have
you know.
yeah, then we have Jonathan Martin. Jonathan is now an experienced Danish player. He's been on the Danish WTC team for Denmark B a couple of times. He really likes his theme, and he really likes running Germans. So I'm looking to see less than optimal choices here, but I actually think that he's bringing something that might actually work. So 18 order dice. He's missing 5 points. Oh, that's just enough for a Panzerfaust somewhere. Oh, that sucks. Um, Waffen SS Lieutenant. Would you bring these?
No.
Me neither. I
No, 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 because well, if you got 9 Soviets and there are some Soviet units which against SS
yeah, they get
or
the
Canadians,
extra.
Canadians. Yes,
Yeah.
they got nasty things like top fighters and fanatic. So
Yeah. Yeah.
if they play Bielski partisans, for example,
Yes.
or
Yes.
partisans,
They
it's
become
really nasty
fanatic,
to
which
play
is
them.
not good.
No,
That's more or less if you play against a list that has Bielski partisans, you're going to lose. I mean, because you can't kill them.
it's nice to have for 37 points 2 guys. They
Hmm.
shoot also with their Sturmgewehr, also
Yeah.
assault rifles,
Yeah.
44. But
But
well,
it is a risk,
for
isn't
me,
it?
the risk is so if you want to compete for the tournament,
Mm.
if you just want to have fun, take them for sure. It's also nice and
I think
stylish.
maybe that Jonathan has, because he's played these Germans for a while, and I think that he has yet to play against someone bringing Bielski partisans. So I think he may feel a little bit safe. But we shall see.
I guess the
Um,
partisans, the normal partisans of the Soviets, they got also special rules against it, but I'm not sure, so I put it please in brackets or
yeah.
something like that.
And then he brings Strafbats, and small units of Strafbats here. Regular Strafbat with an LMG. So backline holders, they are shirkers, but they can actually sit back and shoot a little bit. I think this is actually better than the medium machine gun we saw in the other list because you got more bodies. I mean, what's not to like?
No, it's fine. I agree with you. I only hear one voice of the in the wind. That's Achilles,
Yeah, Gile.
Achilles.
Yeah, exactly. Because he would do something like this. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I
Mm.
like the strap bats.
Yeah.
For me, it's really good. If you
Yeah.
want to play regular, it's okay. If you want to play an experience, it's also okay. But
Mm.
5 guys for me is a little bit too low. But
Well, yeah. At least he'll not be able to push up, right? Because they will
mm,
disappear really quickly. Then Storm Pioneers, veteran. That's an expensive unit, but it's got
oh yes,
Panzerfaust and submachine guns and flamethrower. I mean, so it's got a lot. Lot of power in it, but it's also expensive. Waffen SS late war because you have to take one Waffen SS unit. Double Panzerfaust on those. 6 men with rifles, a little small again for me.
mm-hmm.
And another
For me,
Storm Pioneer unit, again very expensive.
huge.
Very yeah. Um, the German LMG team, always take those. Medium mortar inexperienced. He is a Dane, of course. So Jonathan plays some inexperienced. We all do. No, we don't all do, but many of us do. Sniper team, flamethrower team, anti-tank rifle team, Nebelwerfer, Horse-drawn Limber, and SDKFZ 250/9. That's the light autocannon one. And the Polizei tank M15, and then an SDKFZ 250/1, which I think is too expensive, but I saw his model and it's very nicely painted, so that will of course give him a +2 to hit. And a truck and a Kuppelwagen. So very, very standard, I think, German list here. What do we think?
Well, it's a standard, but it isn't, and I say you why. We have the standard units for sure, the strap bats, but what I'm supposing, it's just a supposition. I think he's going to try to flank with his 259.
I think
Why?
so too.
Because he plays it better, and he wants to support also his 251 with the two units, big units inside, or if they are 12, I think they're more than 12, at least one, and probably five guys of the strap bats.
Yep.
It could also work. Then he probably makes clear one flank.
But to just throw some Storm Pioneers in, maybe even throw the lieutenant into the Hanomag as well for the extra bonus. Yeah.
Yes, that's also a tactic which Achilles likes. It's not my thing, but I for sure I respect I respect that. For me, the as you say, also a good list. The unique critic I can say is, for me, the strap bats are too low of men.
Yeah.
5 guys is 1 mmg and you have to check. 1 mmg shot and you have to check.
Yes, true. Would you actually rather pull off the LMG and throw in a couple of extra guys in the unit here?
Oh yes, I guess.
So rifles would be better actually, because I mean, yeah.
In my opinion, yes, better than an MMG, but still, yes. No, I agree with you.
Okay,
yes.
Right. So that was Jonathan. Then we have Jordi. Jordi is Dutch, and he is also coming up along with Danny and the rest of the Dutch team. Jordi likes playing hordes, by the way, but I don't think he can, because there's an 18 dice cap for this tournament. So he is going Italian black shirts, veteran, tough fighter, fanatics. This is terrifying, I think. That is really, really scary. Look at that. So he's got second lieutenant, inexperienced, so cheap guy with an extra man, and then he's got 9-man veteran, tough fighter, fanatics. God damn it, they are scary, those units. And he's got 1, 2, he's got 3, he's got 4 of those. 4 tough fighter fanatics veterans. Wow, that's a lot of tough fighter fanatics.
Ouch.
And on top of that, he's bringing Savoia Cavalleria, veteran, 8-man cavalry section to go down one flank and just tear through your back lines while you're being charged from the front with the M battalions. Yeah. Medium mortar, inexperienced. Sniper team, veteran. Flamethrower team, veteran. An AT gun, that's the one that can fire as a light howitzer as well. So versatile. Horse-drawn limber, the auto-blinter 41 with a light autocannon, and a coaxial MMG and rear-facing MMG. And the M15/42 and a Fiat transport. Wow.
It's
I do
more
not
like
want to play
your
against
type,
this.
right?
Sorry?
If you play Italians, I think you will opt for this kind of list.
That's my list. Yes, that is definitely what I would play as Italian. Yeah.
I think me too.
This is proper scary, isn't it? I mean.
Oh, it is. It is. I also love Jan P list with a lot of cavalry, but this also is really hard.
Yeah, it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So still a little low on the order dice. That's, I think, the only like weakness of the list is it's a little low on order dice. But oh, that is a lot of veterans coming at you.
Close combat. Close
Close
combat will
combat.
be.
Oh yes, it is going to be a thing for this. And I mean, you're going to have to pin them down to stop them, aren't you? I mean, what else are you going to do? What would you do to stop this list?
Well, it depends of the list I have.
Oh yeah, true,
I have
true
a
that.
Japanese. I have more models than him. If I charge, probably I will win. Although he got also the top fighters.
Yeah.
But it's really competitive, especially against inexperienced units or green units.
Yeah.
They can also charge one and kill one at
Mm,
once.
yeah. Yeah.
It's also beautiful. Even if you are 14 or 13 men, he
Mm,
can do that.
yeah.
I like also that he got also like almost all Italians, a lot of weapon with force 2.
Yeah.
That's also to repeat the
Yeah.
rerolls against armor. Is really also a nice
Yeah.
list.
It really is. Yeah. Yes, Jordi, that is a good list. And then the
Oh
final
yes.
one for today is from Kaspar. Now, Kaspar has actually written me a long note. I'm not going to read it out to you, but there's a thought behind everything that he does because Kaspar is our theme boy, right?
Yeah.
So he really wants us to know that he has a lot of theme. I could actually go and pick it out. I don't want to do that anyways. So he wants there to be a medium machine gun in the list because medium machine guns are underrated in the game. They need their time in the sun. And he's like, I will play Alpini no matter what people say. Besseliers, go away. M Battalion, I don't care. Alpini is the thing. So he's playing Alpinis. So there's a lot of theme thought going into this list. So let's see if it's all bad or we can actually see this going somewhere. 14 order dice again. Second lieutenant, inexperienced, 2-man. And then the Alpinis, they are 7-man units with an LMG and an SMG. So he has one, two, three, four of those, and then the Montesivino ski squad, which is a full strength squad. So it's like insanely expensive. It's 231 points. They've got Mountaineers though, which is an interesting one, and I think we should talk about that in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Medium machine gun, regular. I, I can't get over that he's bringing a medium machine. Anyways, inexperienced medium mortar, the AT rifle. I really like AT rifles for Italians now. Really
Yes.
like them. Sniper team regular, medium howitzer regular, with a gun shield, no spotter though.
No spotter.
Horse-drawn limber, an L640 with a light automatic cannon. Again, very, very nice. And the Semovente 47/32. So it has a light AT gun and a pindle-mounted MMG 9 plus. What do we think of this, Manuel?
Well, first of all, I think we have to introduce also Kaspar not only as a historical player, but also as a great painter. So he can also
Yes,
draw so good, so good. This
yes,
for
it's
me is one of
insane.
the best in Denmark.
He is,
Um,
and very
no
very
question.
productive. Yes.
Yes.
If people haven't watched, I actually interviewed Kaspar about his painting because he's very like organized with his painting. So I did a whole
Mhm.
interview. There's a video of that. Yeah. Um,
I also recommend your channel, so not only for expanded bolt action, which is fantastic, the function you have made, but also your video with Michael Christensen
mm,
and Kaspar about Case Blue
yeah.
book. Well, you got only I think 2 hours video about Case Blue. You can talk about
Yep.
15 or 20, I don't know, the time you
Yes.
want to.
Yes.
But I recommend it to everybody who wants
Yes.
to
Yes.
go there, have a good resume about that.
Mm, right.
The list,
The list.
Alpini, just for the people which doesn't know it, they get also first of all mountaineers,
Hmm.
so they charge through rough terrain like
It's
normal
open
open
ground.
open ground. And the second one, which makes them special also, is because of the rule they got also stubborn.
Mm,
It makes also really nice against flamers, for example.
yeah.
The
Makes them
models are
really, really
beautiful.
survivable. Do you see him charging with these 7-man veterans without any SMGs and tough fighter? I mean, he has got one SMG in each unit, but
If you play them or I play them, I would say yes. If Kaspar
yes.
plays this, I know him and I would say no.
Mm,
He loves to shoot,
he
and
does. Yeah.
yes. So once a time we exchange also a little bit of knowledge. He give me a tip, also counsel about how to paint my models, and
Mm,
I also help him with the list. Here it's very difficult for
yeah.
me to win a tournament with this list, so,
Yeah.
or to compete.
Yeah.
Uh, it's they shoot, but they 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 don't shoot pretty good. There are other armies which shoot better. They are
Yeah.
good in close combat, but they are
But
not the
other
best.
armies are better. Yeah. Yeah.
And the Monte Cervino unit is like, I'm Casper and I want to do that and I'm going to do that. It doesn't
Yes.
matter what you say or what people the world think
Yes.
about that.
Yes.
It's
Exactly.
myself. Yes.
Yes. And I mean, I think he's going to enjoy himself no matter what
Mm.
happens. I don't think he'll compete in the top tables, and I don't think he would want that anyway. I think he's just going to enjoy having his Alpinis, and they are going to be beautifully painted. We know that.
Mhm.
He is very, very likely to win the theme awards for this tournament, anyways,
Most
because
probably.
yes, because that's
Winter ones.
just yeah. And I mean, yeah, it's always going to, and he's painted them up to be Eastern Front Alpinis from Case Blue, so everything is just right for his theater, and yeah,
He got also a couple of good details here. One is the L640.
yes,
For me, it's a little bit strange, for sure, for historical reasons, that he didn't take the flamethrower version.
hmm
But it's okay. Probably they don't got in Stalingrad or something like that.
we can if Kaspar has chosen this, we can be absolutely sure they did not have anything but that L6. I mean, that was the only armored car they had access, something like that. Yeah, yeah.
Well, we got also 8 armor in the front, which is good. Only thin sides. It's only 6 in the sides, but it's okay. It's even more durable, perhaps, than the AB41. Although the 41 got Ricky and also
Mm,
dual steering, it's an option. And what I like really good is his tank.
yeah.
Casper, really good election.
Mm,
You don't want to spend a lot of points in this. I think you. No,
mm,
it really is. It's a good one.
it
Light
is.
anti-tank.
Yeah.
Got also an MMG.
Mm.
Is
And I mean,
vulnerable, but who
it's
cares?
it's 100 points for a 9+ tank,
9.
which is very, very rare in this game that you can pay 100 points
Mhm.
and get something that has 9+ armor, right? So I think that tank can sit somewhere in like a piece of terrain, a ruin or a forest, and just sit there and shoot at whatever comes his way, and be worth the 100 points basically. Because
Yes, it's open top, but who cares? So if you get the NCO behind, you
yeah,
got moral 10.
mm,
So I think it's if you play it properly, I think it
mm,
can help with the
I think
9
so
full.
too. Yes, right. That was it for us today, Manuel. Thank you
Mhm.
so much for tuning in, everyone, and thank you, Manuel, for all your commentary here. Just here at the end, if these lists were the only lists, which one do you think would win the tournament with the list that you've seen here today?
Without taking in consideration the general, I
Yes.
would say Jan Peterson's cavalry,
Mm,
or I guess Joan. It's the M40 battalion, the Camisenave.
yes. Yes.
The, as one of two, I think they're the best of all of these 8 for sure.
Of these 8, right?
Yes.
Right. Manuel,
Thank you,
thank
Bob,
you
very
so
much.
much for tuning in. And to everyone, that was it from us today. Links will be in the description for this video as well. Go and watch the rest of the lists. I will see you next time. Cheers.
Cheers.